Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to create this hover effect using CSS3 and HTML. Now if you see, there is a gradient rotating around the logo, and when I hover it you can see the designation and the name. Fine. Now let's see how to do this. To create this we need two files. I'll leave these two files link in the description so that you can follow along with me in case if you got stuck somewhere. Now let's start working on it. We need two files. The first one is index2.html. I'm naming this to avoid naming conflict. We are in the same folder as our source code. Now we have style2.css. We're clicking style2.css. Now boilerplate HTML. Let me paste this on our HTML and let's start from scratch. So just to show you, I have linked the style sheet which I have created right now. Now in case if you are wondering how does our web page look, you can just enter this link and see this is blank right now. So the first element we need is box. It's just a class with div. Now I'm importing the font which is Roboto. For all element I am removing the padding and margin and adding the font family Roboto. Cool. Now we have box inside the HTML, so call the body, and whatever is there inside the body I want it to be at the center, and I want the background color of the body to be black. Now display flex, align items center, justify content center, and minimum height or just height. Let's make this 100% of viewport height. Viewport is simply the browser. Now we have box. Let's give the width of 400 pixel and height of 400 pixel, and let's give the background color as red, so just to identify how does it looks. I want this to be rounded, so border radius 50%. Now this would be rounded. So I'm going to use the pseudo element, so for that I'm choosing this as a parent, so I'm giving position relative to it. So let's use the pseudo element which is before. So the content is important whenever you write pseudo element. Now position absolute, inset, so for top and bottom it should be minus 10 pixel, left and right 140 pixel, and let's give the background color, let's say yellow. This is how it looks. Now I assume this is too much, so let's just make this just 5 and 3, or just simply 2. We can have border radius of 50%. If that doesn't work, we'll leave as it is. Now we are going to rotate this, so animation name, duration, the type of speed which is linear, and the amount of animation, it should be infinite. Let's define this at the rate keyframes, and on 0 timeline what should happen, and on 100 timeline what should happen. On 0 timeline should rotate, transform, rotate 0 degree, and now it's going to be 360 degree. Now it would rotate. Just refresh this. Cool. Now the mouse is making trouble. Let me remove this background color and make this black. And now we need to call the pseudo element after. Select all, just use after, and we can make this red just to see how does it looks. Call the left width and height, remove the let this be inset. We don't need rotate for this after pseudo element, so I'm removing it and replacing it with width and height. So let me give the width and height as 390 pixel and 390 pixel. And now what we need is, we need one thing, which is left and right 5 pixel, and top and bottom let this be 0. Refresh it, add the border radius 50% so that it looks like a circle. Now if you see, let me make this black. Cool. Everything seems alright. Here we need to give the gradient. So let me give the same gradient which I have used. It's really very simple, red and yellow. Now let's try to give this border radius 50%. Instead of 2, let's make this 10. And let's see what is causing. Let me remove the background black from here. Let me remove the border radius from here. Now let's try to add background color. Let us add the border radius, but in a very minute way. 30. Instead of making this left, let's try to give this. And for some time, let me remove this. Let's check how this looks. Now we can make this 50 as well. Re-add the black. Now we need to use the inspect and remove the animation for now, and properly place the black color on top of it. Now you got it, I believe. So this is the right value for the after. It's just 5, not -5. Now we can remove the animation which we have commented. Cool. Now when I hover it, you can see it is taking the full. So when I hover on the box, hover, and the pseudo should get the left and right full width, let's say 140 pixel. Actually 0. You can see. So if you want a transition, you can just add transition 1s, so it will smooth. When I hover it, you can see. So the smooth is not here, but we have added to this. Cool. Now let's add the inner circle. To add inner circle, it's really very simple. Get into the box and create content div, and call the content div. As we know, the width and height is 400 pixel. We'll use width of 350 pixel and height of 350 pixel. Background color red, and border radius 50%. To see it, we can add z index of a very huge value. let's see, position absolute, and inset 25%, 25 pixel on all sides. So why 25 pixel on all side? So we have given the total width is 400, and we have given 350 pixel for width, and the remaining rest is 50 pixel. So 50 pixel, 25 pixel on left side and 25 pixel on right side. That's the calculation. Now we need to add an image inside the content, and we'll name it as, we already have a logo, logo dot jpeg. It would be huge. Now we need to fit this, call the content, inside that we have image. The width and height should be 100% of the parent. Here the parent is content, border radius 50%, and overflow hidden. Now it will fit inside the circle. Cool. And when I hover on the content, I want the image to get hidden. Opacity 0, and to have a smooth transition, we need to write transition 1s. So when I hover, let me remove the black color, red color, so it's gone. Actually we need to add this transition on the image, not on the content. Cool. For now we can just comment this, and we can type the h1 and h2. Let me just copy paste it. Sorry for that, mistakenly clicked somewhere. It's taking me to somewhere. Now width and height, sorry, h1 and h2. So get the content and add the color red, since our logo is red. So we want to place it at the center, so display flex, align items center, justify content center, and I want the flex direction to be column, so we can get one below the other instead of side by side. Now you can change the font size. I am leaving this to you. Now let me uncomment the image and refresh it. So you can see there is image. So we need to give position to this, position absolute. Now to take the full width and height of the container. So you can see the gradient is still there, but it is taken the full width. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.